And when you say creating content and building a brand and pretty much helping a brand pierce the market and be known better, we have seen a few campaigns that were very good. You can see in the boardroom, they got the concept. However, when it was put out for the public, they didn't quite consume it that way. And you find it was a hit and a miss. So what do you do when you do a campaign and it's not really well received? Or rather, how do you make sure that the campaign you're doing actually translates in sales?
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
I think the first thing I'd say, even before you have the campaign, it's important to understand why. Like, what are you trying to achieve with the campaign? And I think so many times people have mixed messages, or they're not sure. So firstly, are you trying to increase sales? Are you trying to just do brand awareness of a specific product? Like, be really clear. And what would success look like when you do that campaign? And then the next thing...
Oh, that's very important.
Right?
What does success look like to you?
Yeah. So, because you could assume, a lot of times people just say sales. Okay, what sales? Is it like 100,000 more in like this specific product? And I always like to ask those questions before, because they'll influence what type of campaign you do, who you're going to target. So it's first the before, like get clarity on that. Then when you're running the campaign, be open to adjusting as it goes. Because many times you can sit in our rooms or meetings and you're like, yes, this is what the customer wants. And then we've assumed for the customer. So it's all very well, have the campaign, but then be open to adjusting. So give your campaign time and be open to customer feedback. So if people maybe are not responding, try and find a focus group. You know, these days as social media, it's really easy to do a Q&A of like, what did you connect with or what didn't you connect with? And then adjust accordingly. Because I feel sometimes we run campaigns, but we're not listening. Yeah. And we don't want to just be like, it's good, forget it, let's go. So being open to adjusting. And then the final part is being ready for the attention the campaign actually brings. So sometimes the campaign was actually successful, but we didn't just close the deal. Like the business didn't close the deal. Maybe somebody wasn't picking the phones, or the number you put on the campaign is out of service, or the website is down. So just being ready for when you have the customers or interested customers come to you, what are you going to do with them? Do you have the content or the information ready to actually convert them?
Awesome. And you have spoken about, you know, the job you will do for the client, but before all of that, how do you actually get the client? How do you put yourself out there and say, your business is doing good, but I think you could do better. This is what I do. How do you, you know, pitch yourself to clients? Or is it based off of referrals? Or do you go door to door and just company to company putting yourself out there?
Yeah, so there are many ways. So one of my biggest ways I get clients is referrals, because it's like when you do a good job, it's easy for other people to refer you. So that's one of my biggest ways of getting clients. But the second one is actually content marketing. So I actually started a series on my Instagram called Marketing Mondays, where I share tips on marketing. And it was born during the pandemic in 2020, because I could see businesses want to market, but they're just stuck. It's like, do I either pay for rent or do I market?
True.
And so my way of kind of giving back or helping businesses have more hope, I started showing them, even in the pandemic, this is what you can do. And that then turned into a series that I've had for about, I think, 3 years. And so that's brought me a lot of clients, because it's a way for people to see what knowledge does she have, what is her approach, and then they can ask me questions. And then through that, I found, like, because I used to post every Monday, it's like I would have at least 3 to 4 inquiries after every episode. So it's just also helping the client kind of test the product or get an idea of what it is that I do. And then the last one has also been like doing like interviews like this and panel sessions. They are really useful because they raise awareness of who I am, and then people can come to my social media or inquire, and then I can close the deal that way.
Awesome. And over time, we have seen the gradual shift from, you know, physical marketing to now digital marketing. And it's gone from you putting out a billboard out there, or you hiring, we won't mention that place that has a lot of people in vests walking around carrying placards and everything. You know, it's gradually shifted from that to digital spaces. But do you think it is too fast of a transition right now? Because you find there's a whole niche, there's a whole gap of people who don't get to see your products, who don't get to see the services you're providing because you've shifted entirely to digital marketing.